Hey, it's pedalsandeffects.com. Fender in the house.
Fender just announced at NAMM their new line of pedals. We were both gone for NAMM, but if I'm being honest, I knew about this a long time ago.
Oh.
They were like, hey, we got this thing going. So they're really cool.
Yeah, all the way. Cool.
They're killing it with the design. I think they have 6 pedals that they released. This is the Santa Ana Overdrive. What do you know about Santa Ana?
It's in Orange County. My little brother lives there. And it seems like there's a theme in the names of these pedals. I'm getting like the Reverb marine layer. Obviously, we live in a marine layer half the year or more.
I feel like the Fender, they had like the California, like maybe that was the name of an acoustic guitar or something. The Sonoran. It's always like they kill it. So for like the California kids, you know. But anyway, so this is their new Overdrive pedal. It's awesome. But before we actually get into what the Overdrive sounds like, because this is the first time you may be seeing what these new pedals look like, there's a lot of neat features to this thing, including
the battery.
This hilarious battery compartment.
Magnetic,
right? Look at that. Just straight up battery. So it's not like remember the old like DOD, 90s DODs, the thing would come out and then get all jacked up and weird.
Or just having to get a screwdriver to replace the battery sucks.
I would never tour on batteries.
All right.
Not completely true, because I'm going to Europe next week and I do have my Line 6 on batteries.
Yeah, always.
So those are on batteries. But aside from that, there would never be an instance where I would probably want that.
Right.
But I just think it's awesome to have it there.
Unless you're into starving the pedal like an Overdrive or a Distortion.
Also true.
You might want to use a battery, starve it, meaning wear out the battery, plug it in, get a different sound because you're starving the circuit. So, yeah.
The other funny thing about this is there's LEDs.
Oh, that's right.
LEDs on the actual knobs there, which can be turned off with the switch. All of the new Fender pedals have that. I think that's pretty funny.
Hey, for a guy, like recently I've been touring, they fog out the stage. You can't see a thing. And with this helps me make sure that my settings are right when I look down. I go, those look like my settings. I'm sorted.
Other than thinking it's cool, I don't know when I would need to use the lights. But, I mean, it's just cool.
If you don't like it, turn it off. Because it comes with a switch.
That's exactly right. Just right off.
Shut it down. Save your battery.
So anyways, those are kind of the new features with these guys. All the pedals are in these, what is that?
Aluminum?
Brushed aluminum or something. I don't know. But
let me see.
They're great.
Aluminum.
They're great.
Yeah.
They feel bomb-proof. The switches are great. I just think everything about this new layout of the pedals that they're doing is killing it.
Yeah. I mean, Fender's not new to the pedal game. Because they used to do, what was it, the Fender?
The Fender Blender.
Fender Blender.
Which I'm surprised why don't you even have one of those?
Probably because it doesn't have low end. So if it doesn't have low end, I don't buy it.
Well,
but they also had that series, the tweed looking Boss pedal.
The Bassman. Yeah. And then there was this one, they were just telling me recently, does anyone out there watching this have the Fender Runaway? Because that was like one of the OG like feedback generators, and I had never even heard about it. And they're like, oh yeah, there's this thing that was kind of a flop in whatever year, maybe sometime in the 2000s, and it's kind of like what the Digitech Freakout is, or maybe the Super Feedbacker, but with an expression pedal. So, anyways, it's really cool that now Fender's back in the pedal game, because Fender stuff right now, I can tell you from hanging around with all the nerds that are in that office, very high quality. Super on it. My vibe the past couple of years has been way more Overdrive than, Distortion or Fuzz. I'm 34 now, and I kind of nerd out on Overdrives, which is kind of like a rare thing, But there's true bypass, buffered, different options for boosts, all sorts of voicings. So let's get into that and see what it does. Boom. So here we go. Got it all set up. Got this going into a Fender Mustang GT. That's just going straight into a computer, and we're modeling like a basic twin. So here's what it sounds like without the Santa Ana Overdrive. Does that sound like a twin to you?
Lush.
So there we go. So there's the tone. Now, when we crank this guy on, like I said, I'm just down for the nice, just clear clarity overdrive sound on it. I mean, you could crank this thing and get it going, but I mean, check it out. It just sounds very clear to me. So that's just the drive at 12 o'clock. There's two different voices for it. A is kind of like for the, I mean, if you're coming out of a Fender amp. B is for like, well, I guess it's American and British. What else do we got here? We got this boost button, which depending on what you have set at the back here, it's either adding some additional gain to it, or it's actually like a little dB boost, which I don't think, we don't really know exactly how many dBs, maybe like 4. So right now I've got it set to the level boost. So right, you'll hear it like this. That's maybe a good 8 to 10 dB maybe. We go to the drive boost. So there you go. So let me tweak with these a little bit so you can hear the different sounds. Let's chill the drive a little bit. British. British one's like a little darker. Go back to American. Let me crank the drive up here. Let's see. Seems like very Deerhoofy sounding to me.
Wow. Okay.
Those dudes will flip on this pedal. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's the sound.
It's reminding me of OC Punk. Maybe because it's from Santa Ana.
I mean, that's the overdrive. I'm trying to avoid saying transparent because that's not what it is, but that's just the first word that pops in my head. It's like, it's clear. I like clarity in my definition. There you go.
I think there's a P bass ready to jump into that overdrive.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. You can chill. I got it. I'll play bass.
Oh, fuck that. I disagree with Nick. I think the lights are a necessity for me because I'm also losing my vision because I'm hella old. So here's the bass without any overdrive. Sounds like a bassman.
What? Oh, yeah. So I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We're going through a fake bassman.
Fake bassman.
Fake ass bassman.
Fake ass bassman, and now here comes the overdrive. Dime the bass, as I always do. Dime that low end. All right, so now I'm going to crank up some distortion, leaving the level where it's at, but cranking up the drive to grind it out a little more. Alright, so now I'm going to crank down the presence. I'm going to darken this sucker up a little. Here we go. Let's try this other voice though. Now I'm going to bring in
the difference on bass.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I'm going to add a little, bring back a little bit of the treble and presence. I love that right there. So it's fat, it's grindy. You don't lose the low end as I'm turning up the grind and as I turn up the presence. It's right there, super solid. Kick in the boost.